Main event, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I put a little question about 2 hours ago. I put it to the Twitters. I said, hey, what is your all-time favorite Yu-Gi-Oh artwork and why? I'll be judging all your answers on stream, and I will be rating them. So if you have a bad opinion, I'll be sure to make sure it's heard. Yu-Gi-Oh is special to me because it does a really, really good job with its artwork. Like, you can have two completely opposite sides of the spectrum for Yu-Gi-Oh artworks. You can either lose to this huge demon army that has been assembled, or you can lose to, like, the minions of hell, right? Like the Burning Abyss. And then on the opposite side of it, you could lose to freaking stuffed animals. Some of them slightly more scary with scissors coming out of them. And that's like Frightfur. And I love that dichotomy, right? It feels like you always get something special no matter what time of Yu-Gi-Oh you're playing. Whether you really, really appreciate the old Egyptian like artwork and aesthetic to it, or you appreciate some of the new kind of experimental fun things that they try out to be a little bit more, you know, maybe youth-friendly or something like that, right? For kids-friendly. We love it. So I decided to ask you guys what's your favorite artwork and what makes it your favorite artwork too. And then I shared one of my personal favorites. This is Memory Crush King. This is just one of those artworks where you see and... What more do I say? This guy looks so tough, bro. He's got the Brainiac going on here. And I love how all the artworks in Yu-Gi-Oh kind of tie into different cards too. He shows up in a lot of different other cards, which is really awesome. Oldie but goodie. We just roasted Paul. We just roasted Paul from his Rhoda experience. But don't worry, I'll give him a little look for it. This is the beginning of the end. I feel like this is one of those cards. The artwork is actually rather dark and hard to pick out. It is one of the artworks that I think goes wildly underappreciated because of the foiling pattern on it. Did you guys ever think of that? Like, have you guys ever seen an ultimate rare copy of this card? You can't make out anything on it. you can't see anything on the card. And the sad thing is I think it's made a lot of people like not really appreciate how good it looks. Because when you see it like without the foiling or something, it is a genuinely beautiful card. Just a little bit on the dark side. I like it though. Definitely one of my favorites. Inner Crescent comes in. Everybody say thank you, Inner Crescent, for the hard work that has been done for the Diamond 1 Speedrun series. We have the final episode coming out pretty soon here, I think. So something to look forward to. So many to pick, but the one is Gallatin. The serenity of the scene. It's peaceful yet beautiful town, illuminated by the setting sun, guarded by righteous blade. I like a lot of the Noble Knight sword cards. I also do like a lot of the Noble Knight artworks. Like, I'm a big fan of Lady of the Lake and, like, Noble Knight Madra. I love how Yu-Gi-Oh pulls from different, like, lore or, like, different, like, mythology and stuff like that to create cards and stuff. Magic and, like, other IPs typically just pull from their own IP or build stories out of that, which I think is unique and cool on its own. But I really think it's special that Yu-Gi-Oh can take things and just pull them out of thin air, maybe concepts even, and make them into actual cool archetypes. Now you like the Noble Knight cards? I like them aesthetically. As for playable, they've never been good. My boys have never been good. Freeze, my beloved. Oh my god. I love the Gusto cards. I really like the coloring on like almost all the Gusto cards. I think the color scheme of like the green-orange, beautiful. It makes for some really like standoutish cards. I love that like Yu-Gi-Oh's color palette feels like more saturated too. Like I feel like sometimes you do have like the gritty cards, but like when you do get the colorful cards, they really do pop out. Yu-Gi-Oh is not afraid to use color. Never afraid to use color. And that's what I love about it, man. It's always right in your face. There's a card called 5 Rainbow Magician, dude. That's every color in the world, as far as I'm concerned. Giant Skyhawk, big fan of this guy. What do we got? Lost World, not fancy, but there's so much flavor happening with all the old dinosaur cards. You got all the boys. This is what I really love. I love when they take like all these older cards and like slowly expand the world behind them. Like, I think that's super sick. Like, even one-off cards that you think wouldn't have any lore behind them, Yu-Gi-Oh takes and says, we're going to put this into a larger perspective. And that is so unique, I think, to most card games, right? Lost World in particular is really cool. There's something here, too, about it. Coolest detail, though, is Sabersaurus. Sabersaurus' flavor text says that it only turns red when it's angry. But here in Lost World, he's peaceful and happy. My man Sabersaurus is green! He's calmed down! Let's read the artwork. This normally gentle dinosaur enjoys relaxing in its nest in the prairies. If it becomes angered, it turns terribly ferocious. I don't think anywhere on that card it says he turns red when he's angry. I'm gonna be honest. I think maybe this guy got it wrong. I think Sabersaurus is always red. It's OCG text. Oh. Well, damn. Now I'm no longer immersed. I read my cards in English, actually. I die. You can also see non... Oh my god! There are non-angry ones in the background! What? How do I not realize these things? Oh, we got a dire answer. This is a great based dire answer. Wins over the ice barrier, such a pretty art. Shame it's a bad card. It is. It is. This is one of the cards. I feel like I've seen this artwork before, though, you know? Like, I feel like this card artwork is in something else that I've seen. I know this is an ice barrier card, but there's another card that I feel like it looks exactly like this. And it's something that, like, has Sophia-type text. You know what? I'm going to try to look it up. I think I know what set it's from. This is the one. No, this is it. Yeah, this is it. This is exactly what I was thinking. Damn, Mr. Quiggles. Let's go, baby. Okay. Read in my mind. Yeah, Sacred Serpent's Wake. This is the artwork where I see that card, and every single time I see this card, I always think it's this one. Look, it looks like literally the exact same. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating. Yugioh Punk Dragon. Oh, yeah. This is a good one. I think a lot of recent stuff is really good. This is another one where, we were just talking about Yu-Gi-Oh's not afraid to use color. I'm glad they didn't. This is such a sick archetype, and I know it means a lot to a lot of people too, right? Like, what's the punk stuff based off of? Isn't it like, is it Japanese or like Chinese stuff, something like that? I'm sounding like a fucking idiot right now. Japanese theater, I'm pretty sure. I love it. I love it. Abyss, big fan. I'm certain I had latent responsibility for this tweet about Memory Crush King. Yes. Yeah, yes, I did steal it. I did steal it from her. I do love Memory Crush King. But yeah, she did this kind of post already. Favorite card arc? Goder Demer... How do you say this? How do you say this, chat? How do you pronounce this? I can't tell you how many times I've seen this card. I've never been able to pronounce it. Goder Demerung? Is that it? Goder Demerung? I did it! Oh man, bro. I'm crazy. This card is ass. But it's one of those cards that sucks, but you appreciate the art of it. I actually think a lot of the Nordic cards are beautiful. I wish they were more playable. I think the Nordic gods look awesome. All of them look pretty tough. Except Loki. I think Loki looks like a fucking idiot. I'm not gonna lie. I just wish this archetype was better. Vanquished Soul. I really like the Vanquished Soul archetype too. I'm really a fan of the style of the Vanquished Souls. Like being a fighting game archetype, I think it's super slick. I think they really did a great job with it too. The way he sells his final boss energy with his pose, he does look tough. He means business, right? My man Cesar, he means business. Diviner of the Herald, I remember seeing this one. This is especially one of the more beautiful ones here. Again, nice little cloudy background you got here. It just looks prominent. Another one I think actually, as much as I like the way the card looks in general, Ruined by the Secret Rare. Could you imagine if this got a collector rare? I think this would probably be, oh my god, this would probably be one of the toughest collector rares I've ever seen. Dingirsu? It took me the longest time to realize this thing in front of him was a horse, chat. Am I the only one? Am I the only one? I don't know what I thought this was before, but I didn't think it was a horse. Took me a minute. Don't question mark. Come on. Wait, it's a horse? Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Don't question mark me. This one's pretty good. No, we want to mute him. kind of want to see you. Ban him on stream. I did that to Kevin, and then he didn't follow me back for like 3 days, and I felt really bad. Thought I severed a friendship, so I'm not gonna do that. Invoked Purgatrio. Yeah, it's an alright one. I don't even know if it's my favorite Invoked, though. You know what? I'm not even a huge fan of Invoked Makaba. You know what I'm actually a big fan of, chat? Can anybody guess what my favorite Invoked is? Skelly got it right. It's Elysium. Elysium is actually a really cool one. Invoked Elysium. You guys ever take a look at this card? Another card ruined by Rarity, I will say. The secret rare print, I think I never could have really appreciated, but this card is beautiful. Card's awesome. Grapha in the 144p. Absolutely TJ Parker. Base choice, actually. Grapha's one of the first monsters I actually remember seeing starting to get into the game. And this guy looks menacing. Like, he looks like a boss monster. Nyarla. These give me nightmares. I'm not gonna lie, bro. All the outer entities creep me the fuck out. they all fucking scare me. Oh, and oh my god. This is, I think, probably one of my favorite recent releases, right? Radiance. I guess that's what it'd be called. This is one of my recent, like, favorite artworks here. Again, another card ruined by its secret rare rarity. I feel like if you looked at this card in person, it doesn't look anything close to this. But if you just appreciate the non-foil texture on the artwork, it's stunning. I love it. Love it, love it. What even is this? Oh my god, is this the egg? Trevor, why are you fucking sharing the Gorgon egg? Please, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Worm Zero is objectively a cool artwork, but where is the worm in it? Where's the worm, man? I always think like this would be like just a field spell or something, right? That is the worm. It's the ball. It's a colony. It's a big skull. Are these the eyes here and this is the mouth? I think you guys are just coping. I don't think that's actually what that is. I think it's just dark spots on it. I actually don't think it's a skull. Is it? It's legit a skull, I promise. Get your eyes checked. Relax. I don't know. I've never truly thought Worm Zero was goated artwork. Blob. Oh my. Oh my. I completely like forgot the Madolches. One of my favorite archetypes. We've talked about the spectrum again. Complete opposite sides. This is like the total like cuteness side. And I'm all for it. The Madolche archetype goes so hard. It is definitely goated. Super Quantal. You can see where he puts the mech beast. You know what? I agree. Definitely agree. I think this guy, Super Quantal, is super tough. I also think the individual pieces of him look awesome, too. I'm a big fan of all the individual pieces, like the look of the Liger and the Erebos and the Grand Pulse. And it comes together in the big rank 12 guy. I remember seeing this card on release and everyone discounted this. Because it was hard to summon. And he was just a big rank 12 bozo. Nobody ever summons those, right? And the latest and greatest, Calvin DeHaan, wins an ARG with it. And everyone goes nuts, bro. Everyone goes nuts. How did he do it? How did he do it? Oh, yeah. The Creator. Definitely a crazy one. Creator's definitely one of the... I think also as an ultimate rare. This is like the one where like the rarity I think really made the card for me. Like seeing this card in the foil, it was something you had to have, right? It just really pops. I love this card. I love the Creator. Big fan of the Creator. The Pearlies are so cute too. This Pearlie's eating good, man. I'm trying to be the... What does Pat call it? Yellow Cat? I'm trying to be Yellow Cat right now. He's even got the chips in the guac. Is that what that is there? Who leaves their chips in the guac, though? Weird choice. I don't think anybody ever puts the chips in the guac and just lets them simmer. That's a good way to get them soggy real quick. I will also say this salad needs some type of dressing. John looks dry as fuck over here, man. Throw a little bit of ranch on there. Suddenly we're dining. I think he's also got soup dumplings. Oh my god, he's got soup dumplings too. I'm really trying to get like this guy. I'm really trying to get like the yellow cat. Outstanding dog Mary. Reason? Round. Yo, Mary got the fucking dumpy. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. No. Don't, bro. What? I think this whole... Stop! I think this whole archetype is really cool. I love the whole like theme around the the outstanding Durag. How it dies and comes back and stuff. I love it. Storage pod. First time I've seen this card. No, I've seen this before. This is a really cool artwork. This one's actually kind of neat. I'm not gonna lie. I love how it look. You can see just how fucking gigantic this thing is. Because you have this beautiful look of the rest of like the art. This is a gorgeous card. A classic, Necro Valley. Cannot go wrong with Necro Valley. Absolute classic. I'm a huge Summon Skull stan too, chat. I love the Summon Skull. I think out of all my OG cards, I'm trying to think. Like, Book of Moon is like my all-time favorite card, right? And like, as for monsters, I really like Vampire Sucker. I've said it before. There's a lot of ones that I say I like a lot. But Summon Skull, I think, is easily one of my favorite OG cards of all time. Forbidden Droplet, definitely a good-looking card. Definitely a great-looking card, actually. Again, get the secret rare off it. I'm ruined because I have it in such pretty rarities, objectively, but it doesn't allow me to fully, like, appreciate the artwork of the card. Oh, my God. North Wemco is another beautiful one here. Wow. Underrated artwork. Underrated choice, actually. I think everybody always picks out Demise, right? Or like the, what's the other one? Ruin? Underrated. North Wemco is beautiful. And then they even got the Ulti print right next to it. Beautiful! Oh my god, gorgeous card. What is this card? Onigami Combo. Target a face-up XYZ you control and detach all of its XYZ material. That target can attack twice during the same battle phase. This is a real card? Oh, yeah. This is a sick artwork, though. My man, Gem Knight Pearl is fucking getting in the fucking fists. He's getting in there. This one, though. Come on. How do we have... How many cards in Yu-Gi-Oh? Over 10, 12,000? And we're picking one from, like, the last year. How are we picking friggin' a Rise Heart? There's at least a billion cards cooler than my guy here. He's looking tough, but there's 1,000 cards I can think that look way better than a Rise Heart. I will say. Meh choice. Oh my god. Saravis is definitely underrated. Saravis is so underrated. This is a beautiful card. Branded in Central Dogmatica. Unfortunately, a lot of the Dogmatic art, this one's beautiful, but I think a lot of it falls into that category of too much. What do you guys think? I feel like some of it just looks like a homogenous blob of everything going on. Some of them, like this one, however, stunning. Beautiful work of art. The Ice Jades. I wish the Ice Jades were better because they do have some beautiful artwork. I use the Azurin as my like icon for Master Rule because I really like the art of it. And this is stunning too, right? It doesn't seem like there's a lot going on, but it's beautiful, man. This is definitely, I feel like this is some new age Yu-Gi-Oh art. Like, I feel like once you get past a certain point, some Yu-Gi-Oh art just looks like a little bit, like, above the curve. It's a lot of those cards where you say, like, that doesn't look like a Yu-Gi-Oh card, and that's not a bad thing. I think these ones definitely excel at looking great. A lot of the Ice Jade cards even look good on their own, too. I'm a big fan of a lot of the Ice Jade cards. Sulfa Cords. Oh, man. Oh, another underrated archetype. I wish the Sulfa cards were playable. I wish these cards were playable. One of the most beautiful cards I've ever seen. I love this card to tears, chat. Yeah, all of them look beautiful, but actually, in particular, if you guys have never gotten an in-person... I have one. Hold on, let me show you. One of the most beautifully underrated collector rares is a copy of Disulfurcore Butea, chat. Let me see if I can get you a good look at it, and you can like really appreciate how awesome this card looks. If you look at the foiling on it, it's got like this gorgeous pinwheel effect, which just really pops when you have like the card in your hands. I don't think there's a more stunning collector rare. It is not an expensive one. I've had these since the release because I just love them so much. But I think it's definitely one of my favorites. I love this archetype aesthetically too. I just wish they were better. I wish they were better. What Tri-Brigade card is this? What Tri-Brigade card is this? I do like the Tri-Brigades though, I will say. I like a lot of the artwork that Kit's like featured on. Of course, Farraget's a baddie too. Big fan of the Farraget. Okay, I will say this retrain of the Red Eye Zombie Dragon is awesome. I wish this card was better because as a kid, my first structure deck I ever owned was the zombie one. That's the one that I got as a kid. So this one, yeah. I mean, this guy, he hits home for me, and I think they did a good job of the retrain. He looks fucking incredible. However, card is unfortunately not good. The World Legacy. You know what? I never actually realized this is a real card. I always assumed it was just a picture for like Master Duel. It's a shame it's not a playable card, but it is a beautiful card. This card is like definitely gorgeous. It was nice to see your guys' favorite artworks. I think you guys have some pretty good takes. There's some ones that I really didn't think about a lot. That when they pop up on here, they really make you really appreciate them when you look at them. I think a lot of the ones that I was really, really impressed by were the ones that whenever they remove like the foil from it. Like a card that I would typically only see in Secret Rare or something like that. When you remove the foiling from it, you get an entire new perspective of how the card works. I think that's awesome. There's a lot of them that were like that. Some beautiful cards, guys. I'm glad you like this game as much as I do.